There you go.
I bet you weren't expecting me on this background, huh? Alright, this is probably more aimed at the ladies than the dudes that watch our channel. As you know, I have been making my clothes not very long, probably about a year, I'd say. I've been sewing my dresses and, you know, kind of learning as I go along. Learning and doing. Anyways, I'm not a seamstress. My dresses look homemade.
Yeah.
Yo, and I don't really care. I don't like the stuff that they sell at the stores. It don't fit me right. Anything that's my size, it's way too expensive for the money, and it is made out of. It's way too expensive for what they sell, and the materials are trashed. It's made out of polyester, which is essentially plastic. So you're wearing plastic. Now, there's a whole culture on YouTube of women that sew. They are very nice, okay? They show you how to do the thing, how to do this and that, how to do the da-da-da-da-da. Some of them even sew by hand. And there's the whipping stitch and the back stitch and the ta-ta-ta and all the stitches. I ain't got no problem with that. That's all fine and dandy. You know where I have a problem with? When they get sanctimonious about fast fashion. Okay? Don't wear this and that because it's fast fashion. And fast fashion is bad. And fast fashion, these kids in Taiwan are throwing your clothes and they're slave labor and all of this stuff. And blah, 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 da-di-da, all of this stuff. Usually cotton and only... I'm going to tell you something else. Years ago, we watched this show on PBS, way before it went woke. And they were talking about the factories in Thailand, Taiwan, or something like that. Okay? Now, this one young lady was working in this factory. And she was brand new. She was probably no older than my daughter is now. And she started working for this factory, and where they made the dresses, and she sewed, and she did, I mean, it was like this, you know, fast paced, lots of hard work, tough work, all of that. Now, we in our privileged life, and those women that talk about fast fashion in their privileged life, talk about these women in the way that if we end fast fashion, we're gonna end that slavery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you something about that one young lady.
If she ain't got that job, is she gonna starve?
She's gonna starve, and so is her family. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, because I remember you and I watched that show. Her choices were married an old man
who lived in a shipping container, by the way.
That's right. That was probably 5 times her age, or go to work at a factory and help her family get out of poverty a little bit. And I'm telling you what, if you don't have those fast fashions, people that work that slaves, they're not slaves, they get paid. And you know what? Just because for us $1 a day seems like slave wages, that's good money for them. And if you take that away from them, what do they have left?
Starvation.
Starvation. We are so, I understand how privileged I am, having the ability to go to the store, buy the fabric.
Good looking husband.
Yeah, all the things. How privileged we are in our life. But these women, check your privilege, ladies. Check your privilege. Do your research before you start saying, oh, we should all stop wearing fast fashion. You know what? Think about who you're affecting. You know, I understand all of that. Or like, people talk about the factories that produce your Apple Watches and your Apple iPhones and your all of that stuff. Just because we are overprivileged in this country, we are like the Jews that went from wandering around in the wilderness into the promised land. God told them, don't go in there and get fat and get too comfortable. And that's what we're doing. So when we see a culture that works really hard and works a lot for very little, we think we have the solution. Guess what? We don't. Now, I'm all for anybody making their own clothes and everything, and that's fine. But the last thing is, okay, you're already reducing the amount of things that you're wasting. But this zero waste sewing that I've been seeing, a trend that I've been seeing out there, where then you have a little piece of fabric left, and if you don't have a little fabric left, then you're not doing it right. You know what? Come on. Anyways.
Yeah.
Check your privilege, people.
Woo!
That's it.
She was on fire. I like that stuff.
Bye.